Okay, let's see how this works. Let's see if this actually works. Can you hear me? Ooh, sounds coming in really good. I'm excited. This is awesome. All right, let me make sure I'm everywhere and we'll get started. Looks like we are. Awesome. Hey guys, just got the new setup here. For those of you that follow me on Instagram and I think Facebook, y'all be able to see kind of a little bit of the the cameras and the setup and everything we have going on. And so this is the new one. Just wanted to test it out, but also wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about, the top three things that I think you small business owners should be doing right now. And first and foremost, it being tax season, everybody's scrambling to try to get other information because they're worried about trying to get a big refund or trying to get their taxes done. And, especially a lot of small business owners, I know because I've seen you guys scrambling to find receipts, scrambling to find this and that. So I'm going to give you guys three things y'all can do to alleviate that, make that just better. Number one, first and foremost, is going to be receipts. You have to keep track of your receipts. Now, there's going to be in this first one. There's going to be two little tips and tricks um, that you can use in order to do it. First, the first thing I always say, the easiest thing you can do is going to be take the receipt, put it in a box, in a shoebox, or put it in an envelope, or put it in something, and then when you're done with the month, put it into a manila envelope, and that's your receipts for the month. You don't need to go and get this really, really big, intricate system. We don't need to build out this really intricate, automated system with receipts and everything. If you're a small business, if you're really tiny, if you're just starting off, but do need to keep track of your receipts. As soon as you get one, maybe in your car, keep like a little manila folder, put the receipt in there, and then at the end of the month, you've got all your receipts for the month. That's going to be the easiest way for you. Now, let's say you want to take it a step above and you're like, I hate paper. You're like me and you're like, I hate paper. I hate paper. um, then, ooh, the color is horrible. Ooh, let me make sure the color is. Oh no, yeah, I gotta fix the sliding. This is not good. Oh well, we'll work on that later. Oh, I know what it is. I left the dining room light on. I promise I'm not this red. I just realized I look really red. So okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. Kind of sub tip number two is, and I put this on LinkedIn for you guys ever follow it. Now I'm getting all blushing, all red. So yeah, this is not good. I've got a new camera. Anyways, second tip number two is going to be making sure you so set up an email, business name dash receipts at gmail.com. Take a picture of the receipt, upload it, and you're good to go. It's that easy. And then you keep what you do is you go in there and you keep track of your different ooh, sorry. I'm still trying to get used to all this. So you go in there and then you just categorize what you need to categorize, and you're good to go. It'll really look. I think you know, this red is really distracting. Receipts, email, you post it in, you've got your different categories, you go in there and you allocate it to those categories and you have those receipts for the year. That way you don't have to worry about things fading, you don't have to worry about any of that happening at all. So, receipts, that's the most important. To me, that's going to be the most important thing. Two, and I don't have the fancy graphics like my friend Will does over at Gusto. But two is going to be, if you're running everything through a business account, all your business through your personal account, you guys need to stop that right away. When you're running a business, even if you're, oh, well, I'm just a contractor to somebody. I work for somebody, but they pay me as a 1099 as a contractor. You're still considered to have your own business, so you need to make sure to keep track of keep track of everything. And so within that, um, you need to keep track. Sorry, this red is throwing me off. I look really, really like. I promise I'm not this beat red. It's the lighting. I gotta fix this. I think it. Anyways, so second number two is going to be commingling. We need to have business expenses. We need to have a business account and a personal account, and you should not be commingling it. And I know the first question is, well, that's what I live off of, and that's fine. And I understand. So what you do is you set up your business account, you set up a personal account, and from the business, when you need to take money out, you just transfer it over to the personal. Keep those separate as much as possible. Yes, there's going to be times when it comes, and it's fine, but keep those as separate as possible. That's just what I always tell people. When you want to start a business, get that business account, transfer it to your personal, and pay it out of there. That's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and the IRS does not like commingling, because then they're going to say, well, what's to say that that's a personal expense, not an actual business expense? And so that's going to be really, really important for you guys to do. Third is going to be track your income, track your expenses. Get yourself an accounting system. Use an Excel. Use Excel just for the month. Go in, keep track of your income, keep track of your expenses. Yeah, it comes in through the bank, but go ahead and just keep track of it through there. Get an Excel spreadsheet for the month. Go in and see, okay, I see this coming in, this. See where you're at. See where the money's going. Because that's going to be really important, because if you want to grow, you need to see where your money's going. If you're working and you're working and you're working and, man, I don't know where anything's going, or I don't know where the money's going, that's what an accounting system does. It tells you where the money's going. Now, it does so much more than that, but when you're first starting off, that's what you need. My recommendation, as you can see in the logo on the bottom, am I pointing to the right direction? No, down there, 0. Does a great job of helping small business owners keep track of all that. Why is that important as well? Because let's say you do start to grow, you're going to need to keep track of where your money's going. You need to make sure that if you're sending paper invoices, you need to keep track of your invoices and not lose touch on who owes you money. And you need to make sure that you've got oh, my allergies are acting up really bad, y'all. I'm really sorry. You need to keep track of your invoices, keep track of your expenses. That way you can keep track of your growth. And what's important is then once you get to a certain threshold, then we can start talking about tax planning. And okay, does it make sense to do tax planning? Does it make sense for you to start? Well, it always makes sense to tax plan. Let me rephrase that. Does it make sense to make maybe an entity election or do something? You should always be tax planning. And that's going to be something really, really important that I think is why you need a good set of books. And I think one of your first investments should be an accounting solution to keep track of that. And a lot of times you DIY it, and that's fine. And I understand, but at least at the end of the year, consult with somebody that knows, what they're talking about. And you need to and just kind of a bonus tip here, guys, whenever you're preparing your tax returns, when, you're going in and a lot of people are trying to get the maximum refund or trying to get, the most amount of money returned. And I get it. I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think you should keep your money throughout the year, but, think about that. Think about your 5-year goals. Think about your 10-year goals. What do you want to do? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to maybe get, refinance? Do you want to buy a rental property? Do you want to get into investing? What do you want to do? And how is that going to impact your future? So if you're going in and you're trying to save a bunch of money on taxes, and so you go in and you do your I found extra receipts to try to deduct, then what you're doing is you're doing yourself a disservice at that point, because you're doing yourself a disservice because what you're doing is then essentially showing that you're not making any money, trying to save a little bit of money on taxes. So when it comes time to buy a house or something, boom, you're kind of there. I got to say hi to my friend Andre from Unico Health. Unico Health? Is that it? Unico Medical? I don't know. Andre, man, I see you on Facebook, my friend. So thank you for the love. Yeah, no, that's To me, that's something that's really, really, really important. Because I, especially working, being part of this non-rep organization now that I am a part of, I get to see a lot of, I just talk to a lot of loan officers, a lot of realtors, and brokers, real estate investors, all this, and we're traditionally, we want to save money, of course, but you got to look at your 5-year plan, and you got to make sure you understand what you have down the pipeline, what's coming out, because yeah, if you're showing refund, or big loss, and you want to go because because of a advice from somebody, yeah, take a look at, you may have to go back and, amend. Now, if you did have losses, okay, then you take them, of course. But then, at that point, can you afford the house, or can you afford? So that's kind of, that's a whole different story, a whole different ball. We're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, no. Like I said, those are my top 3 things I wanted to do. This main thing I wanted to do this is to kind of test a new setup. The backgrounds right now is a green screen, but we're gonna get rid of that and get like a nice little ZTX Zero Routable. All the kind of love partners. I'm in the little studio right now with the lights. I've got way too many lights on, obviously, because I'm beat red. I'm not this red, I promise. And yeah, I just wanted to test a new setup. We've got the little video camera. I've got a little Canon. I forget the name of it. It's an actual video camera. Connected. I had I was shooting some videos earlier for my friends over at Contavi, and some of these new offerings we're doing. And so, like I said, I just wanted to kind of test the system, see if we've got everything working. I've got this whole intricate audio system over there. So I'll take some pictures and post it, guys. But if you have any questions, man, let me know. We're here. That's what I'm here. I'm here to help, and that's what I want to do. And with anything, if anything with what we talk about here, anything we want to talk about as far as automation and technology process, building out processes, building out systems. I mean, whatever I can do, however I can be of value to you guys, please let me know, because my main mission is to, one, see the community grow, but I want to see, and by community, I mean my Latino, my Hispanic community, and also I want to grow my accounting community. With them, I feel like that's kind of there's a new wave coming, and I want to make sure that try to give that education to as many people as possible. I've spent a lot of money. Spent a lot of money on a trial and error and stuff, and working with Morgan, we've figured out. I feel like we've got a pretty decent system of what we're doing. I just think I just need to talk a little bit louder, Charles. Is that better? I feel like sometimes I tend to start whispering a little bit, and that's mainly because my daughter's upstairs sleeping. So this is all a complete test, y'all. So let me know what you think, what I can do better. Of course, like I said, the redness, I'm not that red, I promise. And yeah, we're just kind of going from there. And all right, y'all. I had to show off the new badges, the new Zero badges. And so yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And there's going to be a lot more of these. I've got a few things kind of planned. We're going to try to do some shows kind of geared towards the real estate industry and the small business Latino, the small business sector. But then we're going to do some in Spanish, some in English, kind of mix it up. Really, you guys are going to start seeing a lot more of me on here. I kind of took a little break just because things got hectic, growing a business, raising a family. Got to take a break sometimes. But I'm back, and so I'm really excited. And I think now, we're going to kind of go from there. So peace.